Good evening, manners and respect. Well, family, today we're gonna touch on a subject called bauxite mining. Many of us don't know about bauxite mining. We hear about bauxite mining, but we don't really know about bauxite mining. So I learned a lot about bauxite mining from a man called Dr. John Lennon, and he teach me a lot about bauxite mining. Even though me raised up in Jamaica, I never know about bauxite mining. So we're gonna talk about bauxite mining. People tune in. We're gonna talk about the effect on the country. We're gonna talk about benefit of bauxite mining. Are we benefiting? We're gonna talk about the people in and around these bauxite areas, how them view the bauxite mining. So we're gonna have Dr. John Lennon on the program for him to come and give us some knowledge about this bauxite mining, people. So we expect his call anytime. Anytime. Yes, people. We're serious about this bauxite mining. And yeah, bauxite mining is a very serious stuff. And yeah, hold on, people. Let me get to Dr. John Lennon because this is a serious story, the people. Yeah. I try to get him, people. I try to get them on. Dr. John Lennon, if you hear me, call me on the 916 number. Call me on the 916 number right away because we need to get this thing starting. We need to get this thing cracking. And come on, Dr. John. Let's see if we get them, people. Yes, people, because a lot of us never know about bauxite mining, you know. A lot of us didn't know about bauxite mining. We will see the bauxite mining and believe say it's just something we money thing, and we don't know how this thing work. And we see the big truck them. A lot of us know about Alpart. We see the people that work there. We think they will make money and all this stuff. But in reality, people, a lot of people, the country is not benefiting based on what Dr. John Lennon is telling me. And there's a lot I don't know about bauxite mining. So when a man like Dr. John Lennon come on board, he can really educate us about bauxite mining. People may try to get him from the other phone. I save me a better number because that phone that me have on live, that's the number one phone now. I thought I'd give me this number to call me on. So I'll try to see if I find it somewhere. Don't have to stop the live and start it over again. Shoot. Anyway, people, we're gonna stop the live and start it over again. Please, see with me, YouTube. We're gonna start it over again. I'm calling right now. All right. Sorry about that. I have to stop the live and call over again. People on Facebook, YouTube, I never have to really stop it. We just see and pause it, and we get him, and he's gonna call this number right now because there's a lot to learn, people. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, and when God bless you with people with knowledge, we're gonna use them, right? If when them give them themselves to us, willingly to teach us some stuff. We ain't know about a bauxite mine in Jamaica. We never know about a bauxite mine until we talk to this man. Believe me. And just like I'm learn some stuff, we're not gonna learn some stuff today. Because they believe say boy Jamaica make money off a bauxite mining. Peer talking. Eh? Sorry, people. You know, me have to get everything in my command. Here we go. Dr. John Lennon, good evening.
Hello there, Carl. How are you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, man, I'm all right, man. I'm alive. I'm alive.
Good, man. So, what I want to educate us? Me and my audience here is just waiting some knowledge. Tell me what I want the backside mining, Mr. Lennon. How much is it? Are we benefiting from backside mining? Because we don't know enough.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I don't think many people know what's going on. When I first came here, I always just assumed that bauxite was a necessary evil. So I just ignored all of what was going on around me because I always assumed that we got a lot of money from it. Because at the end of the day, we all know that I think everybody believes that from mining, we earn a lot of money and that helps to run the country. Because every year we hear that Nigel Clark and we hear that the Prime Minister will tell us about the hundreds of millions that we earn every year from it. But after reading a few stories, I looked at the numbers and realized that they really didn't add up. I mean, for instance, in 2017, the PM tweeted about us not mining in the cockpit country, and he said we would forgo, and that was the word he used in his tweet, forgo earning billions of USD. But if you look at the GDP figures don't really match the numbers that they talk about. Now, the Prime Minister always talks about we need mining because of economic growth and development. Now, we know that development comes from investment. So he's saying that mining produces the revenues necessary for us to build roads, better education, better infrastructure. But if you come to Jamaica and have a look, there's none of that going on, is there really? I mean, we don't have the infrastructure, nothing like that. And I'm going to read something that Clark said quite recently about bauxite. This is what he said. He said, Jamaica's bauxite alumina sector is of vital economic and developmental significance. In the past 2 years, it has generated between 3 and 400 million US in foreign exchange each year. Now, in 2019, on the Ministry of Mining website, there was this lovely headline that they had copied and pasted from Bloomberg, which is a financial paper. And it says something along the lines of investors are turning Jamaican dirt into gold. So it's evident that foreign investors are making very, very good money from it. So if foreign investors are making very good money, then we should be making good money as well. Don't you agree?
I do agree.
Yeah, 100%. Now, do you know how we earn from mining? Are we supposed to earn from mining? Do you know?
No, you was giving me some figures. Please remind me again.
All right. Well, we earn indirectly from mining. See, the companies, they mine and then they sell the bauxite, and then the government will say taxes the government. Taxes the companies. So what we earn from mining is the revenue that the government collects from the mining companies. Now, this tax, we'll call it, is called the bauxite levy, and it's based on the amount of bauxite that is mined. It's not anything to do with the profits that the companies make. As long as they take out a ton of bauxite, they're supposed to give us money for that bauxite. Doesn't matter what their profits are, we are supposed to get money for the millions of tons of bauxite that is taken from us every year. It's something between 5 and 10 million tons every year. So we're supposed to get money from the bauxite levy. As I said before, we're told that we make billions over the years. So if you look at how much we really earn, you need to look at how much bauxite contributes to the coffers of the Ministry of Finance. So according to them, the money that we receive from bauxite must outweigh the cost. You with me? So whatever we earn from the money that we get from bauxite must be able to outweigh all the costs that are associated with bauxite mining. So the costs are, of course, the destruction. Remember, they destroy communities. They've taken people who've lived on land for generations and taken them off that land, destroyed their burial sites, destroyed all the little bits of infrastructure that they've had around there.
So there was a court the other day regarding some of that stuff. There's a fight going on because there was a stop order placed on the mining company. Tell us about that, Mr. Lennon.
Yeah, that's right, with Miranda, but I'll come to that in a second. That's right, because yes, Miranda, until the case for these individuals is heard in November. So these individuals have said, look, your activity is compromising our lives. So it's affecting our livelihoods and it's affecting our health. So if you look online, go onto YouTube, you can find numerous videos about the impact of mining on these communities. So when you look at the impact on these communities, you would automatically think that mining must be bringing in absolutely millions and millions and millions, because it must outweigh, the benefits must outweigh the cost. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to open you wouldn't go to the countryside with you up into rural Jamaica and open a bar up there that only sells top shelf liquor, Hennessy and Moet champagne, would you?
No way.
Because,
no way.
Yeah, that's right. You're not going to make any money. That's right. Your cost and benefit analysis won't work. You won't make any money. So it's the same thing. If you look at bauxite mining, you must look at, do the benefits, i.e. how much we earn, is that more than the associated costs, i.e. all the destruction and all the suffering that goes on with it? Now, the best way to find that out is to actually find the figure for the amount of bauxite that, the amount of money that the Treasury collects from the miners. And if you look at all our papers, you will never find that figure. The only figure that you will find is the amount, what they talk about, the amount of earnings, i.e. the amount that comes from the bauxite itself. So a few months ago, the Gleaner printed these figures about the amount that bauxite earns. So in 2017, for instance, they said that bauxite earns 671 million US. Now, if you earn 671 million, and we know that the private investors are going to get a big chunk out of that. So how much do you think of that, out of that money, do you think we should get? 10%, 20%? How much do you think we should get, Carl?
It's a third at least. Big greedy enough. That is a third. But
a third you'd want.
Yeah.
So you say, yeah, that's fair enough. You say we should get about 200 million, which sounds fair enough. But believe it or not, we got 1 million US.
What?
1 million. 1 million for all that destruction that we can see taking place all around us. We got 1 million. In 2018, bauxite earned 1.2 billion. 1.2 billion. And again, you'd think that we must get at least 10%. 10% would give us 120 million, wouldn't it? No, yet again, we got 1 million.
So hold on there. So we just give away with dirt for nothing and mash up the soil, mash up it, just mash up the country. And the bond that these bauxite miners are paying is tools and fuels.
Yes, we're not getting anything. I mean, it gets worse than that. In the following year, we got nothing, zero. I don't understand. And they were mining. They were mining. We all know they were mining in 2019 and 2020. They're mining, removing millions of tons of bauxite. And in 2019 and 2020, we received nothing, not a dime we received from bauxite. And I'm thinking, how can that be right? How can it be right? So if you add up the total for those 4 years I just mentioned, Bauxite earned $3.215 billion, and we got $2 million from it. That is what the government has signed up for. And that $2 million wasn't the case that they're saying, oh, we're not, they just refused to pay the bauxite levy. That wasn't the case. Those figures I mentioned were the figures that the government said, okay, that's what you have to pay us, $1 million a year. I don't understand how for the amount of destruction that we see around us and the suffering, and we see what happens with Dalco poisoning the Rio Cobre. I don't understand how we do not get any money for bauxite, and this is just kept secretive.
But I just saw in the news where American companies going down there for dirt now. Another company from America going there to get ready to dig again. Another contract. What's going on with that?
Yeah, well, it's Jamaica, isn't it? Jamaica is partly owned by the country, and it's partly owned by a company called Renewable Group, something like that, and they're based in Hong Kong. And they've sold their interest for $1 US. Yes.
$1.
$1 US.
So hold on, Dr. Jonathan. Hold on, stick up in there. Why do you think them sell this company for $1? $1, no, people. Explain to us, because some of us don't understand why would they sell it for $1 to the US company. The Japanese company did.
I try to look at this, and the only thing I can think of is that they assume at some point that this that their cash cow is going to run out. That people like we're talking now, and they're thinking these people are talking about it. So at some point, we're going to have to stop mining, and we might have to pay some kind of compensation. And they thought, you know what, let's get out of it. But these greedy people in America aren't thinking that way, because, as you know, the Americans control everything, don't they? So they think they can still exploit us without any kind of recompense for us or no compensation for us. And I just think it's just their arrogance that they think that they can continue exploiting black people. I can't think of any other reason. That's what I think is happening, why they think they can just pay $1, and now, as I said, they're just going to be earning hundreds of millions every year. $1.
$1. People, that's how we value it. $1. Sell it for $1.
That's right, and nothing, and we're not looking into this. Why have they done it? Nigel Clark thinks this is all right. We don't need to investigate. It's mining needs to be transparent. We need to know the facts. Because when I found that it was only $1 million that we got, I was gobsmacked. I nearly dropped off my chair. I thought, that can't be right. Obviously can't be right. We must be making substantially more. And so I then questioned this, and I couldn't get any answers from anywhere. And so I sent an access to information request to the Jamaica Bauxite Institute. They're the ones who control everything to do with bauxite. But of course, they haven't got back to me. But I say the most frightening thing about all of this is that our media refuses to report it. I mean, I've written letters to the Gleaner and to the Observer with the figures, and yet both publications still publish information telling people about all the earnings from bauxite. And you just mentioned the injunction, and so I said I wrote to them saying, well, we're not earning anything from bauxite. Why aren't you printing the actual levy figures? And they just ignored that. And in fact, one headline read something like, there will be increased taxes, a bigger tax burden if we don't have mining anymore. And then they went through, yes, we'll have to raise taxes here and raise taxes there, because we won't be getting this money from mining. Which is not true. So as you right now, we don't get anything from mining.
That's true. So as usual again, the news media in Jamaica is working against the people for some other people. And them go there and put whatever they want to put to make bauxite mining look good and change everything you told them. Now, Dr. John Lennon, there was a little, the media went, I think it's CVM, when the people was protesting or something for the land up there. And did they represent the people? After the court, when a court went injunction, doing that injunction, did the news media represent those people up there fairly, Mr. Lennon?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Again, when this so the injunction was granted in January. Okay, it's granted in January, saying you can't mine in this area, and immediately the government, not just the mining company in Noranda, but the government as well, jumped up and said, no, we can't have this. And they appealed. Now, if you know anything about Jamaican's court system, the court system is backed up years, and yet, because of the government, they got an appeal hearing, something like about 5 or 6 weeks. If you wanted an appeal, we'd have to wait until 2031. But now, because the government, they got an appeal hearing immediately. So the appeal started at the end of March, and it should have only taken a couple of days, but it went on a little bit longer. And I was following this on both the Greener and the Observer websites, and they covered everything to do with the appellants, i.e. Miranda and the government. What they were saying about, as I said, if we stop mining, we'll have to raise taxes. Then they talked about how much money bauxite will bring in the future. They didn't talk about how much it would already brought in. Yeah, in the future, because there's no paths for them.
So if they don't make the money all this time, what they must still tell about the future for? So you see,
this is it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, if I'm going to say to you, this is the reason why I want to do mining, I'm going to tell you about all of the good that I've done, all the money that I've already contributed to the government. But they can't do that because they haven't contributed anything. So what they're telling us, in the future, we will contribute X, Y, and Z, which for me doesn't hold any water. If you're going to provide evidence, then you provide the evidence of what you have done, what you have, how you compensated the people. But as I said, they can't because they haven't contributed anything. So I read these reports, and then I wrote to both of these papers saying, okay, then here are the figures. And the shocking thing was, when the claimants' time now came, because the appellant side, the government and Noranda, they presented their evidence first. I said the both papers covered that. And then on the following Thursday, when it was the time of the claimants, the papers were quiet. Nothing you read about what the claimants, their side of the argument was. Nothing. So you can see the bias of the Jamaican media. It is blatant. It is 100% blatant.
Yeah.
And again, you've got the government car. The government is using the people's money, remember that, to fight against the people, to continue mining. I want your listeners to remember that. The government is fighting to continue mining. As I just said, mining that does not bring in any money. That's what I found. It doesn't bring in any money, and they will not give me they won't produce the details to show that is this true or not. They won't provide evidence to say it's true or not, but they're happily spending taxpayers' money fighting these cases for a company that hasn't paid the bauxite levy in years. Because Miranda decided in 2015, I think it was, Carl, in 2015, Miranda decided, we don't like what the government's doing, we're not going to pay the bauxite levy anymore. And from that date to now, I haven't seen a penny from them.
Bad man thing. A bad man thing. Strong arm thing.
Yeah, they're strong arm, that's right, it didn't pay. But this is odd, isn't it? You're saying you're not paying. Why didn't the government say, okay, if you're not paying, well, you can't mine? It's simple, isn't it? If you're not going to pay the levy, then you can't mine.
That's right.
Yeah, they're simple. I don't see how they can. You just allow them to continue mining.
You make a company strong on you. You the government. So
Thank you very much.
no, something that's something. Something that's something. Something all right. Too much friend thing and hug up and go on right there. So that's why them can afford for every year them destroy the Royal Cobra for the past so many years. Like every year them mash up the fish in the Royal Cobra. They still mash up right now and no fish no in it and people are suffering the effect. So speaking about the effect, Dr. John Lennon, apart from Royal Cobra, what are some of the direct effect, negative effects some of these people going through? If you could run us through some of these stuff that these people are facing personally from we live around the backside mine, where the government is neglected, that can even affect the people, health and even livelihood.
All right. I went to on Monday. They had a meeting with a community in Bogwalk, which is directly affected by mining. And I spoke to a lady there. She was in her 40s. So I asked her, how does the poison in the Rio Cobra affect her? And she said it affects her daily life. She said, first of all, she uses that water for everything, and now she can't do that. And sometimes they fish in it. You could get your fish and you could get your crayfish. So that food source has now disappeared. But what really got me when she said that at the weekend, like on a Saturday and Sunday, they'd go down to the river to relax and just play around and swim and do that kind of thing. And they can't do it anymore. Now, Carl, these are poor people. What other pleasures do they have in life? They don't have many other pleasures, do they? The government doesn't provide them with roads or good education or anything. These people just work and just get by, don't they? And the little pleasure that they have is from nature, the rivers there. And now you've taken that away from the people. You've taken that away, and then you're going to fight to maintain this situation where the people will continually get poisoned. But it gets worse than that. She said to me that if anybody's been following with Dalco, they'll know how they poison the Rio Cobra, and they say they're going to build some big poison pond somewhere that will collect all the residues and whatever. This pond, she said, is being built right next to a school called a daughter's high school, Shalamont or something like that. She said it was called Shalamont.
So you're talking about this retaining pond, this pond with them to all the toxic waste. It's going to be they're building it next to a school.
Yes, she said when she's been up to the school, you can see this pond from the school. And she has a daughter that has breathing issues, sinus issues, and that poor child can only go to school 2 days a week. So you can see the impact of mining. Just isn't about the money thing and the destruction. It's the health and you can't put a monetary figure on that child's life, can you? Because her life will be ruined now because she's going to have these breathing and respiratory problems probably for the rest of her life.
Well, me based on some videos we've been watching, because they're on YouTube too, So me what some people how them respond to the body responding to this dust from the bauxite mining. Some people, this lady was saying that she start like she have asthma now. Never used to have no asthma, chest a wheeze and all type of stuff. And these people are dying slowly and nobody now hear them. Some of the time the people in my bar for all kind of help. Peer dust, all kind of stuff, them not care, they just. So, Brother John Lennon, give me an alternative to bauxite mining where these people is missing. Tell me what am I miss out, Dr. John Lennon?
Alternatives to bauxite mining. Well, look at the amount of sunshine that we have. Why don't we capture that and use that for manufacturing? If you think about manufacturing, you name a country in the world that is doing well but doesn't have manufacturing. The only countries are places like Saudi Arabia, aren't they? Because they have oil. They have minerals. If you don't have a lot of mineral wealth, then you must manufacture. Japan, Germany, all through Europe, because there's no minerals as such in Europe, and they're all doing well, aren't they? Okay, we know that they robbed the black persons of people as well to get their wealth, but you have to manufacture, and Jamaica doesn't manufacture. We have a foundation built on sand, haven't we, down here? Tourism and call centres and a little bit of mining. We can't build on that. We can't go anywhere with that. No, we can't. We have to have manufacturing. And if you have manufacturing, there are two major inputs to manufacturing. One is your energy cost, and we can't have manufacturing down here because the JPS bill is way too high. Mm-hmm. But that can be reversed if we have solar and wind, couldn't it? Because then you just build. When you build your factory, you're building your solar panel and wind turbines. And so your electricity there is free. The second input is your labor. Now, labor in Jamaica is 10 times cheaper probably than in the US. So certain things that are produced in the US, like all these foods that processed foods that we buy, your tinned beans, your tinned, all your tinned goods. Then these drinks that we have, soy-based drinks and almond-based drinks, we could have factories down here. We could import then the raw materials, whatever beans that we have, the dry beans, and we can do the processing down here. When we have tomatoes, and there's a glut of tomatoes, it wouldn't matter because we'd have a factory that would take in the excess to produce tinned tomatoes, puree, or ketchup. That way, if you live in a car, you'll find that at one point last year, tomato prices fell all the way to $30. That's 2 cents, 2 cents a pound. Mm. 2 US cents a pound. You can't get any. How can people survive on that? You can't. Not 2 cents, actually 20 cents. Sorry. You can't survive on that kind of money. And that would immediately stop because you now know that you have a fixed price, a minimum price that you can now get for your tomatoes. Say that a factory then will buy for, say, $80 a pound. So you'll always know that if I produce tomatoes, I don't really care about the marketplace because I always know that I have somewhere I can sell them. Yeah. So we could do that. So that's food processing. Because back in 2009, actually, Audley Shaw actually said that because he said about the bauxite mine has always been struggling. And he said, and this is 2009, and he said food processing would be a good substitute. 14 years ago he said that. Yeah, we'll move from bauxite to food processing. That's what Audley Shaw said. So it does have credible viability. There's not only that, what about all the other things that we have here that we import? All our tourist memorabilia comes from China. Our khaki uniforms, China, India. So we have all these things. Okay.
Them are real take everything you got. All the uniform them are make all the red, gold and green stuff them are make. Jamaica not stand a chance for them people here. Hold on, Dr. John. Hold on, let me ask another question.
We don't stand the chance, but we can stand the chance.
No, sir.
We decide we can.
No, sir. A straight poverty and poor for we. A straight no middle class, no more rich. No, sir. We don't stand a chance against all this stuff we are going on, people. Dr. John, let me ask a question. Me and you was talking about farming, and you have a good idea about farming. Tell me about farming and reflect what's going on in Europe. How much money they make up of farming over in this country?
Oh, okay, yes. We have Holland, which is a tiny country, and yet, believe it or not, they're the second biggest producer of food in the world, a tiny country with, I think, about 15 million people, about 5 times the population of Jamaica. Mm. Just by having intelligent farming.
Holland.
Now, they do have a little flat land, as is hilly, but why can't we can do the same kind of thing as they do and produce better food, because I ate some of these foods and they're like Frankenstein food, I'm telling you. The tomatoes don't taste like tomatoes. The strawberries certainly don't taste like strawberries. So there are all these things that we can do farming easily with your... we can build in greenhouses to protect it from the insects, so we don't use the insecticides, so we can make it more organic. If we had this thing called waste to energy, which is where you take all your organic waste, so all your food waste, all that crap that you see coming in at the market, you take that to a factory which will produce electricity from it or gas from it. We should have that. That should be something that should have been here from over a decade ago. So waste energy we don't have. And the great thing about that, if you use organic waste, is that it produces the best quality fertilizer known to man. The best quality fertilizer. So all these problems that we have, all this dumping going on everywhere. Just the other day we saw somebody dumped dead animals somewhere. Dead animals, all of this, and all the waste from, your pig waste and cow waste, chicken waste, all of this would be collected and go to a factory. So we'd stop polluting our environment, which is a plus. And we'd be we create jobs, and we'd be producing electricity or methane gas for people to cook from it, or ethane, or propane, sorry. So we've got all these pluses we can do. At the same time, we're going to be having better solid waste management. And this is easily paid for, Carl. That's the thing about it. These things pay for themselves. But because we have a government, both PMP and JLP, who only think about private investors, we don't have them because they're waiting for these people to come in and exploit us. But as you know, we have this debate now about the Constitution. Now, there was a meeting on Wednesday, and this is the first meeting, and I brought this up to the panel, that how can we protect, how the new Constitution going to protect our resources? And of course, I didn't have an answer to it. But this is the thing. We must now have a constitution that will protect our resources, a constitution that will protect our bauxite. That either if we're going to export bauxite, then we must get money from it, or we just don't export it anymore. We just don't do it. But we need a constitution to protect us. We need a constitution that will protect us from the foreign investors who are now putting in the solar panels in schools, and they're putting one in at the Mona Reservoir. These are investments that are going to make them filthy rich. The Mona Reservoir floating solar panels will pay for itself, on my calculation, in under 4 years, Carl. Under 4 years.
How much? What time did the government give us? They were going to pay for that?
No, the government's not. No, as I said, it's foreign investors are putting it in. They pay 62. They spend it. They say it's 62.5 million. But I talked to somebody, an engineer, and he said he doesn't think it's that much. He thinks it's a fraction of that amount. But I looked at how much they could potentially earn every year, and they'll potentially earn in the region of 20 million US every year. That's the potential earnings. That's money that's coming from us, the Jamaican people.
I think that's too much for the solar panel right now in 2023. That's me. That's me.
We should own. It's stupid, Carl. At the end of the day, solar panels, you put the solar panels in, and then the sun does the work. It's not like you need a big company to be doing this, that, and manage it. It doesn't need any management. It doesn't need any management. So it's ridiculous for us to allow foreign companies to come and put in solar panels, because all they do is put in the solar panels, which we could do, because all they have to do is find the money. And I can guarantee you this. These companies that are putting in the solar panels have borrowed that money from a bank. They've borrowed it. They haven't got the money. They borrowed the money to do it. So the Jamaican government could do the same thing, couldn't they? We could borrow the money and put it in.
You have Jamaicans over here who I know Jamaicans over here have them solar panel company who know to do that. We always reach out to some other people but our own. I think Dr. John, I think solar panel, I think high school youths should know how to install solar from high school at Jamaica, especially right now. In this day and age, you should have solar farm in all of these schools with the same youth them in the school under the guidance of the teacher. I run them the solar farm there? Why the school not running on solar? Government building, police station, tax office, courthouse.
Yeah, because remember, I remember reading back in 2014, one school, can't remember the name of it, but its headmistress said that the main reason for school fees is to pay the extortionate JPS bills. So if you had solar in, then you wouldn't have then you could reduce the school fees, then couldn't you?
Wow.
So school fees were being used to pay JPS. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. In the Constitution, we have to be protected from the vultures because our present Constitution doesn't protect us. It doesn't protect us at all.
This is a no-brainer, Dr. John Lennon, because there's no way if you want the people to advance, you're gonna see a thing like solar in a place where Jamaica can barely pay electricity bill. When we have the sun, we can harvest the sun. You understand me? Why you know snatch it up? And we and the Chinese supposed to be friends. Who makes solar panel like China?
Yeah, they make them all. Yeah.
We supposed to can get all of that from them for cheap, reduce the price. So we have all the houses. Then they want to choke up JPS. It's like, to me, it seems as if the benefit from JPS is more than they hurt. Is louder than the scream of the people and voice for help.
100% right. 100% right. Because every time, all the houses that they ever build, these little houses that they build, you never see a solar panel on them. Yeah? Because they want them. In fact, not very long ago, there's a report where the people started to steal electricity. The people up in these new houses were stealing electricity because JPS hadn't come around to regularize the system yet. So I hadn't attached them to the grid. And because JPS hadn't turned up, they just stole the electricity.
Help themselves.
That should never happen, Carl. It should never happen because the houses should be built with solar panels, full stop. That should be just automatically part of the build.
A lot of times, you're right.
They're incredibly cheap.
You are right. You're right, Dr. John. So, a lot of times, I say, why them not help the people and to help themselves? It doesn't just peer. Me don't know what to do. Me don't see. Me don't understand about solar. Me don't know if it will help the people. Them know people. Them are not people. Them are not fool like that, All this stuff I think is deliberate. But Dr. John Lennon, what else you have to say? What we don't know about?
Now, as I said, we need the people to go away and think about this, Carl. As I said, the bauxite earnings can't be right. We have to have transparency. Mm-hmm. And me and you talking about it now isn't going to help unless the people who are listening think, hang on, John and Carl are right here. We need to join up with them and see, at the bare minimum, we have to get the government to tell us how much we earn from bauxite, because we can't move forward without knowing these facts. Because, well, I'm going to speculate with you now, Carl, why we have bauxite mining. The bauxite companies, the foreigners, the one Chisco owned by the Chinese and Rindalco owned by the Russians and the other two. Right. They own they have the bauxite company. But the workers themselves, the people who do the work, the work is actually done by Jamaican companies. So you have Jamaican companies who employ Jamaicans who go there, and they're the ones who do all the digging and all the blowing up the stuff, and then the transportation of the bauxite from the site to the ferry port. All that work that's done is done by Jamaican companies. So my opinion is you follow the money and you follow who's making money in Jamaica. Those bauxite, the companies that are working within the bauxite industry, the Jamaican companies, and the ones who are shipping it, the people who own all these big trucks that are driving around carrying it.
Yeah, me here's a politician have trucks in the bauxite mine. Several politicians I'm hearing having trucks in the bauxite mine.
I've heard that as well.
We're not gonna,
I've heard that as well.
That
I've heard that, but can we prove it? I can't find the proof, but we can. But we should be able to find the proof.
We need to find the proof. A long time I do video, and name a call. There's name out there, and in that time now, technology and everybody knows somebody. We need to find out what's going on, and Jamaica people need to save themselves and start call these things out. You know? And we see the trucks, them, and we see the green trucks, them. I even post them green trucks. There's a bunch of green trucks lined up side by side. And I hear that several politicians have trucks in the backside mine. So there is no incentive to reduce mining. There is no incentive to save our water, our life, our everything, people. There's no incentive because there's all the incentive for them to dig it out and destroy our place.
Yeah, 100% right, Carl. And how are we going to get this transparency, my brother? What are we going to do? Because we're having this conversation, but the people have to join us, mate.
Education first, Dr. John Lennon, because just like me, you never know a lot of stuff. These people never know. We ever keep the conversation going, and we keep it, we push it. It's always starting from a conversation. Because I did not know a lot of stuff, Dr. John Lennon, and by speaking to you and talking to you and back and forth, I learned some stuff, and article you sent to me. I'm learning stuff. I still got a lot of stuff to read and catch up on my lesson. But I'm learning. So the audience that is here right now, they might learn. I'm gonna ask you guys to share this video, people. And Dr. John Lennon said not gonna stay long on the live today because So you have any final word, Dr. John Lennon, before you run?
Well, we're gonna get back again together next week, can't we?
Yes, let's do this again next week. Let's do this again next week, Dr. John Lennon. This affect the country. And I would like to talk with, by next week, we want to bring on somebody in the affected area to come and talk. I want to do that. I'm going to reach out to somebody. You give me some link already. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to link up with some of these people in and around the backside area who are directly affected next week. And we'll raise this conversation and the awareness. And people never know nothing about this. When it's a go about business, we say backside mine are going. We know they sell them big trucks and big equipment, and now a backside mine pay good money and all this. But we never know, so we don't make no money, people. We don't make no money. We could, how much Holland make out of farming per annum?
All right, I'm sorry, I never said that. 100 billion US per annum. 100 billion. Can you imagine if we could just get a couple now?
People.
Like 10% of that?
You don't hear that? 100 billion people. How much they get from backside mining in Jamaica?
What have we got? We got 2 billion US over 4 years.
People, you hear that? You hear we're stupid? We're not moving forward. I mean, Holland don't have good weather like Jamaica. Holland can't have good weather like Jamaica. No. We have the good climate, the good temperature. People, we can do this.
We can.
People can do this.
I mean, look at this stupid. On one point I'll just make here about what we import, because I can't believe this.
So
we import coconut oil.
Coconut oil.
Yeah. We have again. And it comes from Trinidad. Why does it come from Trinidad? Because Trinidad has cheap electricity because they have oil. Now, we could have, so if you go into a shop, all of our snacks, nearly all our snacks are made in Trinidad. They've got one company called Sunshine Snacks and another one Holiday. They're very, very, very big. Banana chips, crisp, you name it, make it. Yeah.
Wow. What we should do since we don't have no oil like that, we should beat the Caribbean pan solar, because as I drive around America and I look, all these new homes that these people are building, most of them, the people want solar panel. Even the older homes, it is some people's greatest gift to gift themselves with a solar panel set off at them house so they can breathe easier. It's the future. It's easier, especially in Jamaica. It'll be cheaper. And the electricity that you don't use, explain to the audience, if you do not use electricity that you have stored up when you have the solar, how it can go back to the grid and be beneficial even to you.
Well, it wouldn't even be, for me, Carl, I don't even think that if you have your own individual facility, I mean, so you're going to have your batteries to store the energy during the day.
You don't need the grid.
You could have the Yeah, but you don't have to be on the grid. I mean,
Yeah, right.
I said that the government has decided that JPS is more important than the people. That's what it's decided, and that's why we've now got LNG. I mean, liquefied natural gas instead of us converting to more solar, wind, and waste energy. It's all done to keep JPS viable, and also for an American company, because now and it's an American company that actually supplies us with LNG, the natural gas, where beforehand, when we had oil, it came from Venezuela. Now, the Americans don't like Venezuela, so they said, well, we don't want to have any oil from Venezuela, switch and turn over to LNG, and that's what they've done. So they've shafted the Jamaican people.
But what I was talking to somebody today about this Venezuela, America, Jamaica thing. What I see is that during that Venezuela stuff there, I see that Andrew Ones went against the rest of the Caribbean countries with Trump and do some stuff down there, and left a bad taste and a bad look. Go against the rest of the countries. Now, the other day I saw Joe Biden was rallying around Venezuela to get cheap oil. Where does that left Andrew Ones? And I'm not saying not Andrew Ones, but that left Jamaica, we as a country. Because we went and showed them bad face on behalf of the previous president, right? We went ahead to a meeting at the White House and we go against the whole of the Caribbean, I went against Venezuela, who was a good friend. We are following the US. Now we see Biden rally around Venezuela for cheap oil. I say, at least we have a conversation. Are we having a conversation at Jamaica with Venezuela? Can we shot yourself in the foot,
Yeah. But I said, we don't, in a country like Jamaica, we need now to transition to renewable energy. It can be done. It can be done. The technologies have really, really moved on. Beforehand, they used to always say it costs a lot of money. It doesn't cost a lot of money anymore. Last January, Philip Paul was interviewed by Wayne Lonesome, and he said to Wayne Lonesome that if you invest in solar, it pays for itself within 3 years. 3 years. That's what he said. Let me give you some numbers.
Hold on, Dr. Jelenan. Hold on, the numbers. Instagram, come over to YouTube, Jamaican Carlos TV. We're going to finish it over here. Come over to, I try to get Instagram so I get the young people them to start opening their eyes and so I go on in the country. That's why I'm up on Instagram for the young people them. For the young people them to wake up and get involved in these things. So come on Jamaican Carlos TV and join me. Come and use this tablet. Continue with the numbers, Dr. John Lennon.
Yeah, if we say the solar pays for itself within 4 years, that's my calculation. It pays for itself in 4 years. So if somebody invests in solar and has to borrow the money, it means that, let's get this right, I'll use them right. If your bills, I'm going to use Jamaican money, if your bills are 20,000 Jamaican every month, that means that your bill for the year is $250,000. Agreed? Yeah, $250,000. Yeah. I said solar pays for itself in 4 years. That means the facility system that you need to put in will cost 4 times your annual bill, which is 1 million. 4 times $250,000 is 1 million. Okay. So you need a $1 million investment to come off the grid. Now, if you now go to the bank and the bank says, right, we'll lend you the money, but we're going to lend you at 100% interest. You hear that? 100% interest, which nobody would ever borrow at 100% interest, would they?
That's true. Hold on, Dr. Jalinan, are you there? Come back, Dr. John.
You there?
Yeah, you break up. Come back with that again. You broke up. You're back.
All right. I'll go back with that. So somebody's bills $250,000 for the year. Yeah. That means that the system will cost 4 times the annual bill. So the system should cost you $1 million. You agree? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you went to the bank, you don't have the $1 million, and you went to the bank to borrow it, and the bank manager hated you and said, "Well, yeah, I'll lend you the money, but I'm going to lend you at 100% interest." Now, as you know, nobody borrows at 100% interest. That's nobody borrows. No, 50, 30, it's way too high. But the bank said 100% interest and said to you, you're going to pay back in 10 years. Believe it or not, you will save 20%. Yeah, you will be paying your payback now. You borrowed 2 million from the bank, but your annual payback now will be 200,000 a year. You with me? So you went to the bank to borrow 1 million. The bank said, "We'll lend you the money, but you have to give us 2 million back. But you can pay the 2 million back over 10 years. So 10 years to pay back 2 million is 200,000 a year. Agreed?"
Yeah.
Yeah. How much is your JPS bill? Did I say before? 250,000, didn't I say?
Yes.
So with a 100% loan, you're actually making a saving. 100% loan can make you a saving of 20%. This is what our Jamaican government is ignoring and putting into the hands of foreign investors.
But hold on, hold on, Dr. John. Speaking about JPS, I did not read about it, but I've been seeing headlines that there's them eyeing a second power company out there. You read on it?
No, that's just Philip Powell making noise. Philip Powell shouldn't be saying anything because he was the one who decided with the World Bank that we should transition from oil to natural gas, and he's the one who caused us to have high electricity bills. He's partly behind it.
So he's the one he's the one making those noise.
Yes, but Philip Powell came off the grid in 2012. He came off the grid in 2012 and then bragged in the papers that his investment would pay for itself in 5 years. And yet he never said, "Oh, let's take schools off the grid because all that will need more money within education." He never said, "Oh, let's all have solar-powered street lights because all of Jamaica is covered in darkness and people are dying on the roads every day." He didn't say do that. He didn't say take our courthouses and our police stations off the grid, did he? No, he left them there, and then it's transition from Venezuelan oil to American LNG, and now we have some of the highest electricity rates in the entire world.
Yes, we do. We do.
Saying it. Yes.
We do. We have the highest electricity. We have the highest gas, the highest phone bill, the highest food bill. Me telling the people, I know Jamaica, everything in Jamaica is more expensive. You know, gasoline, your electricity, your cell phone bill. And if the gas is more expensive and electricity to manufacture and produce and transport stuff, your food is more expensive. This is serious. This is serious.
It is serious. It is serious. But as I said, there are solutions, Carl. And yeah, we're going to go through more of the solutions next time that we talk.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, Dr. Jonathan.
Yeah.
So you have any final thought?
No, I'm looking forward to us talking next week. I said we'll have to talk about I mentioned the Constitution because I've made this a constitutional issue now about bauxite. They have to look at it now in the Constitution because we can't have our bauxite being given away. And they said we can't have our sunshine, we can't have foreign investors investing in our renewable energy. That's a stupidity. It should belong to the Jamaican people. And the other thing I mentioned is another resource that we have is our money. That people think that we're told that the debt is falling, but the debt isn't falling. So in 2013, the debt was 2 trillion Jamaican dollars, and at the end of last year, it was 2.2 trillion. Now that isn't going down in my estimation. Do you think that's gone down?
No, I think we should try something different apart from mining. I think we only been looking at mining and not looking elsewhere. It's like
mining, tourism, PPO.
This stuff dead. We
need alternatives.
Tourists already show its hand. Tourists already show its hand in 2020 when you have the big C. Tourists already showed hand in 2020 when we had the problem. Everybody turn at them yard with their Jamaica hungry. Whole part tourists lock up. A bird have built nest up in a hotel in Jamaica. Who don't forget that? Not now fly.
Yeah.
We were stuck alone on our island. Alone. Don't forget that. So Dr. John Lennon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have the proof that we cannot rely on tourism. We can't rely on it. We know that it doesn't make us any money. We have the proof. And yet, they're still investing and telling more people to come and invest in tourism. But that's another thing that we have to talk about again.
When we come again back, Dr. John Lennon, you know what you talk about? The Constitution. Because a lot of people don't understand the Constitution at work, and we need some education. So we're going to talk about the Constitution one of these times you come on board. Okay, thank you so much for being here. You say it wasn't going to be this long, but you're up for 1 hour, and we appreciate you.
No, man, I appreciate you even more. But I just want your listeners to make sure that they do post some comments about what we talked about, because without their input, we're not going to get very far, Carl.
That's right. We're going to raise this. We are raise this topic because nobody been talking about it, people. So the people don't know what we're talking about. So once people start hear about this, like me say, people comment in the comment section. Make sure your comments make sense in every sentence, and share these posts, people. We as Jamaica need to help ourselves, because nobody now come help we. People, nobody now come.
That's right.
People, really. Nobody now come. It seems as if we always need a savior. And we're going to do a video and tell about Haiti. We do the thumbnail already, you know. Later, we're going to do a video about Haiti, or Haiti can be helped. Because we always look for some boogeyman to come save me from over the seas. We need to join forces and unite. Nobody now come, people. Nobody now come.
Nobody now come, brother.
Tande. No flow, brother John. Manners and respect. Every time. Peace.
Yeah, manners and respect.
Yeah. People, that was wonderful. That was wonderful with Dr. John Lennon. He come on, it's not the first. He might come on my page. And he always come with the fire and education. So we're going to have John Lennon come on here and Sundays. You know, come give us some education about some stuff. We want the next thing, we want to come talk about the Constitution. Come and give it to you raw, just plain and blunt, as is a man of full of knowledge, as is a lot of people, a lot of Jamaicans full of knowledge. A lot of people who fly out of Jamaica go on a foreign to higher learning and big up them brain, a lot of knowledge. We see them all about, you hear them on social media. Some of them are fight for Jamaica. You understand me? I try to get the best out of what is left out of Jamaica, because if we can salvage what is left out of a country, man. You know, stop the mining. You know, me not like mining, people. You know, benefit to none. Preserve the dirt, because mining is constantly mash up the earth. When they dig out here, so, and it don't mash up and left a big old hole there, then they've gone somewhere else with a machine and look for more earth to devour. And when they devour the earth there, they might look for other. But look how these wicked people. If politicians have trucks in our bauxite mine hauling dirt, do you think there's any interest in them to stop bauxite mining? If these politicians have bauxite trucks, so a big truck them have a haul dirt, people, it's like them see money over these people. We are crying. As we say, when Dr. John Lennon come on next week, we want to get some people who come from this bauxite mine area and make them come speak and hear how it hurt them directly. People, thank you for watching this video. Go ahead and share it. And as usual, I'm a student in our class. So make sure the comments make sense in every sentence. If it is the first time on this platform and you like what we are doing, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And you can come back over here in the community and join the family. If you don't feel like doing it now, it's okay. You can always walk away and come back to another video. You might feel like baptizing the next time. But anyway, we're glad you're there anyway and watch the video. All right? Manners and respect, because no love, people. Let me see if I big up some people in the comment section. What go on? On the day, you know. People want to comment, tell me how to feel. I feel a place in Jamaica. Tell me how to feel in the comment section. Not be a little lazy. We do no finger. That's all I don't talk, you know. We don't have to talk out on the mouth. All those make the finger talk for me. Make me go in the comment section, make who's supposed to see it. Raise up this topic. Can we talk about all type of passa, who do it, who are breathing, who get new tattoo, and who have a new bimmer, and all this nonsense we're not helping on. We can raise up this intelligent conversation as a people. We have to raise the topic first. We have to educate the people first. So I pick up some of my people. We're there in the comment section. Arlene Foster. Serene Sue. In my Buja voice. Culture for Sale. Debbie Jervis. Chrissy Hutchinson. Bless up family. Keith Salmon. Manners and Respect family. Audrey Cook. Scamming billions in Jamaica. Developing the health sector and tourism sector will provide greater employment in any event, especially with increased use of AI, artificial intelligence. So no benefit for the island long term. None. Just got out the dirt and gone with it. That's it. There's no benefit. There's tourists come and gone, fragile industry. The Big C taught us that. Tourism is not a foundation built on rock. Tourism is a foundation built on sand. And that's exactly where they've been spending all the money and all this nonsense all this time. They protect all these areas. But it's a foundation built on sand. We see that just the other day when the Big Sea come. We don't take sleep and mark that, you know. We still a plunder and go down that way. Now farming. The man tell about Holland and Ryder go while ago how much billion US dollar they make for the year. Government not have a big larger proportion of land like them and whatever. Even if we get quarter billion people, if we ever get quarter of the amount of money we them get. Quarter $100 billion. Quarter of $100 billion US dollar people. Can you imagine if Jamaica can get quarter of $100 billion even just out of farming? Come on, man. We can do it. Sell out together nearsighted because them truck have to run. They might get contract and they hustle while one. Don't stop the easy. People see your politicians sit down in the office. And while them sit down in the office, they might conduct all type of business. People, you see your politicians sit down in the office. And when they sit down in the office, you see them people don't get short-sighted. Because if Labour do it, PNP and do it too. If Labour do it, PNP now just sit down and they have food in their mind too. So don't go. And both of them are plunder with people. Me say, if Labour do it, PNP now sit down there and make Labour pull Bauxite dirt alone. It don't work. Me say again, if Labour pull dirt, PNP now make Labour alone and pull dirt. Everybody on them food. And we are the big old boogie idiot. And we are the idiot. People are the idiot, you know. Then people are afraid, you know, and laugh off of we, you know. You know what Nigel Clark said? Him and Mark Golden a friend. And then wife a good friend. You know, family thing, you know, they probably go shopping together and come over my house a barbecue and your house a birthday party. They're all our friends. We are the idiot boy. We don't wake up. Nobody now come. We have to fight for this. Fight for what is right. And our fight should not be for ourselves. Our fight should be for the generation to come. The youth them, we see them. The generation to come. The unborn. And them will fight for. Not ourselves. So therefore we live already. Therefore we don't have much time on earth, you know. Therefore we have a long old man and old woman days. And we want to enjoy those days wonderfully. But this a fight is supposed to be for the young people. Me not fight for myself, people. The backside digging down must stop. Because when my grand pitney them come up and start at their own pitney, what am I dig out? Must I tell you, say, me not going to talk more about this and because I hear about the 700 acres of land that I forgot to ask Dr. John Lennon where them ask the backside companies asking the Andrew Owen's government to give them in and around Santa Cruz, Goshen, Gota, Pepper. All of them places they want 700 acres and more land to dig out. And guess what? Andrew Owen's tell them yes. Can we do a video and I say, I hope Andrew Owen's to tell them yes. Done with the backside mining. No, they might look for new dirt to dig up. Just like how you Dr. John Lennon talk about these other people, they might dig up them burial spot. Move these people born and grow their own generation. Now they must move with their grandmother buried in a backyard. Your mother buried there so, and they might come mash up people. For what? If you have twos and fews, $100, we can get more than that in farming and other things and still have our land for generation to come. You agree, people? Tell me what you think in the comment section. Are you for mining or against mining? We don't have no more dirt for dig up, people, from your boy. Look how Jamaica look a bit. Look how my country look a bit. And then they make people come from big places, countries with big swath of land. How come they come dig up the little piece of dirt off of the rock stone? The people now may come there. Russia, America. And they might hold for land. They have a land and they may place here. People may drive from California to Florida several times. People if you want to see land, you have to go up on the open road. People if you want to see land where nobody no deafy. Miles and miles and miles and miles. Nobody don't live there, people. Tumbleweed. You ever see land at them place of people? The amount of land where they sit down at them place here. Russia. Russia, big place too, you know. Massive place. Jamaica is just a little piece of rock. But we don't blame Russia. And I do not blame America. I blame the people them. Them say, no, hate the player. You hate the game. It's how the game been run and how the game set up. Now, who set up the game? Our people them. So who is the player? America, Russia, Japan does play the other day and sell out for them hand for $1. That I disrespect. I don't know if I disrespect that. I don't know if I take that. I don't know if I explain that. Somebody in the comment section will understand these things more than me. Explain to me why would Japan sell out for them shares in the bauxite mine for $1. Sell it to a US firm. $1 US. So it basically Jamaica and not necessarily for $1 and that Jamaica value. People, somebody in the comment section, tell me why the Japanese will sell out for them firm, them share for $1 to the American company. Tell me why. They must say that make no sense in a disgrace. Tell me why. In the comment section, tell me why, man. So, scamming billions, I say. In Jamaica, a significant number of these politicians actually have the immediate family and homes in the US, including Florida. They fly out. Remember, they have foreign bank accounts where it can be reached. You're right. They don't care about nothing else. That's why I say people, gone are the days when we sit down and make them people that got out of the country. Like I was talking to somebody about Haiti a while ago. I remember a video about Haiti too. And we're saying, just like how we are challenged our government from the diaspora now, I see where Haiti if you do, I saw the island if you do it, because Barbados just take for them government to task, and them take land from people, the government take land from people, and the people them win them in our court in Miami. That set the precedence for a lot of all them Caribbean island who believe, politicians who believe say them cannot be sued from over here, so who cannot be touched from over here, so people, nobody now come. Nobody now come, people. We have to fight for rock, people. How long we about politician corruption? How long we say, well, we want the FBI to come lock them up? How long? Nobody now come, people. We said nobody now come. We have to fight for ourselves. And we're going to do a video about Haiti when we done it now. We're going to do a video about Haiti tonight. And I want to watch a video about Haiti, you know. People, nobody now come. Nobody now come. How many signing officers say nobody now come? From a boy till now where we found a savior to come save we. Nobody ain't coming. We must get up and fight for what we want, what is right for us, what we see good for us. We must eject what we see bad for us. We can't have nobody to come our place, come determine what is good for us. Is that all the time you want? Or you feel if you have a neighbor and come here and come to them and say, guys, you want to keep it down? You and your girlfriend keep it down, or Don't cook so much. Don't cook so much. If you save some for tomorrow, if you cook so much, and all this good stuff. You want nobody from outside come tell you your house rule. Don't you think that every household should have the house rule down to a T? We always seems as if we want a savior to save us. And we can't see from Africa to the Caribbean. No help now come. No help now come. Have to help yourself. No help now come, family. Remember that. Alright? Unity it needs right now. And fight for yourself. We need to take on the fight to the oppressors. Some of we in our head all this time, I think say the white man is the oppressor. All this time in our head, the white man is the oppressor. The oppressor they them right at the country there where we have to run left. The leader them. We will run left, they might come a white man country. That's the real oppressor there. All the time we been saying white man is the oppressor. The white man this and that. But hold on there. We have a black leaders and we get a chance to run the country and be, we get a chance to run for make it independent people. Me already telling them in 1962 and beyond when we born what used to be a country and all the industries that used to be in Jamaica. You talk about your coffee, your sugar, your cane, your this, your that. We have a bus, we have a train, we have a plane, we have a cocoa, we have the dairy, we have orange, we have banana, we have coconut. We have so much things that go on in Jamaica, you see. We have got that type of factory out there in Jamaica. Then we have butter shoe store. We have a factory. We have that type of stuff that go on in Jamaica, But as you look as the year goes by, what does it eat away all of that? Corruption eat away at the progress of the country. From a ban, people, corruption has stopped work for the country. We say corruption in the country before Andrew Honest ban. We tell them all the time, Corruption in Jamaica before Andrew Honest ban. Him just come join the line of people them. But from a ban people, all the industry we just tell a while ago. Phone box there everywhere. We have our own bus everywhere. Things up. All the clinics we even talk about, all the health center, when the people, when we come a country people, all the health centers, them have cars. I look at ambulance, I look at car, that means they take sick and people if you got a doctor and woman who have baby and stuff. The cars used to drive around the brown nurse, the nurse in the brown suit. We wasn't back now. People, what we say to the country? Corruption keep eating away at the infrastructure of the country. Live with bare bone and poor with crime. Look where I come from. Look where I come from as a people. Right after independence. We come right out of slavery. If we didn't build up our them colonial men they left behind there for us, we're alright, but we never build upon it. Them man come in pillage. Labor come in do it. PNP come in do it. Back and forth. This one. People, you must say what you said in Jamaica. May I explain to you, say, when Black River have electricity, half of the United States did not have electricity. Black River in Jamaica have the first registered car. When Black River have electricity, half of the United States did not have electricity. Who have cellular phone first, US or Jamaica? So there's a lot of stuff, people, Jamaica are the leading edge, But you know what? These people keep taking people. See, we have housing trust, we have the PNP, just come out of it. Them handles in the cookie jar, housing trust cookie jar. Then they live right. $11 billion, them 11 point something billion dollar them get out of the housing trust every year, Andrew Honest, Yeah, man, 11 point something billion dollar out of housing trust. PNP and Liberate got out the housing trust. Now them are telling people themselves to live in a tin pan house. People, me not in them the house there. We better than that. Some people say it better than the zinc house or the inner people. That's like a mobile home. When tornado catch something like that up, so they mash them up, So it's not the type of home you want to leave for your kid. Andrew don't leave a house like that for your picnic. Him and his wife now going to one of them to go live. I want to reduce from building houses for people to go on a trailer go live. That's a whole different. Maybe build a whole different video about this trailer stuff. Make you think about this bauxite people. Next week, we're going to up here talk about bauxite mining. I'm going to have some more people, different insight on the bauxite mining. Share this video because I'm rile up and go off at the viewer down a different road now, And I'm going to run on them tin pan. Because we used to work on the railroad. And we used to take off those containers off of the train. And a lot of the time those containers have chemical in them and chemical spill. So if nobody if nobody know about those containers, me know about those containers. A lot of time a chemical spill. And if you operate them and you see anything and leak out of it, even for water, them always tell us as part of the safety precaution. We learn that in a safety briefing. You don't go there and take it and smell it. You don't go there and try to smell around because the fumes that come out for that try to smell around can kill you. They are hazardous chemicals that are transported in container. A lot of these containers, see them have the sign like a diamond on the side of it, and they carry all kind of stuff, people. And whenever that happens at the railroad, a driver have to carry that truck and drive it very carefully to the crane pad, where the crane them park, the big old crane, them will take off the container, them off of the train. Eh? And you have to wait for a hazmat team to come out to open the container. You ever say who come? Hazmat team. Normally the supervisor would throw something like a cat, the cat litter stuff there. They have like that in the pickup truck. They would throw some right there so it don't leak and run all over the place. So it contain the leak in one area until the hazmat people come. Then we're white and fully gear up. We work on the railroad, cannot touch it. It's a special company coming and touch hazardous stuff. And sometimes them stuff they're very hazardous. Me I think about this container. Are they gonna spray them down, wash them down to bare bone tin? Are they gonna clean off the paint off it right down to the metal? Are they gonna clean off the paint off of the thing right down to metal? Because the paint can soak in a chemical. People, me not into that. Me not into that. When they rob from house trust, and when they come telling people them say, that the fast, easier, economical home. When they build all type of high-rise home for a certain type of people, but certain type of people must go one side and one corner in a trailer home, in a trailer park. We're not damn idiot. This is not a trailer home. It's in a trailer park. You say about a reverse Jamaica, just like on the reverse country from when the band come now. Let me just explain to you. We have everything. But we get worse and we get worse and we get worse. Where ever see trailer park in Jamaica before? Which government was say in that stream trailer park? A trailer park that. About the damn container. About cheap here. A trailer park that. House must be built for you, didn't have to be that expensive. And then make the house so expensive. House have to be so expensive. One house have to be so expensive, and them cost it. They make this thing into, them hustle it. PNP and labor right. Got out housing trust. See what they are now. I mean, Mark Golding agreed with Andrew Wallace. Then they must agree. Because they told them take out the goddamn money out of housing trust all these years. They must agree. You think the PNP gonna say, no man, that don't look good? Because the PNP just come out of the cookie jar. No, Andrew is in the cookie jar. Take out $11 billion a year and tell me say you're going to build trailer park with Jamaica people. Put some little board for the front and make it look nice and appealing like we're idiot. People, you don't want to leave a trailer home left gear picnic when they're dead gone. And that type of foundation poor people must aspire to left for the picnic. Not goddamn trailer home. Don't make no time here ever come to Jamaica, maybe hurricane, mash them up or whatever. Me say, because someone don't understand, Yes, they might look good and this and that, them billions and no. Leave them with them there. If Africa with them there, leave them with them there. And since when Jamaica read this up. If you take out 11 point something billion dollar out of housing trust, and I look for me and say a trailer park, you must go in. You have some high-rise building, a really expensive building for certain type of people. But when it comes to certain type of people, for poor people to get a house, they claim affordable. I mean, it's over $10 million for a trailer park. It's over $10 million for one of them trailer homes. So it's not even cheap. Give one of them people $10 million set to build for a house for themselves. Give Jamaica people $10 million. They probably buy land and build up a house for them goddamn self, a nice wall house. Give them $10 million. That's what them do with it. Give Jamaica people $10 million set to buy land and build a house out of it. How much will the container house people? Come here, say 10 million. Me say, give the people them the money and say the people them buy land and build house to themselves. Can I fall to that tell people? Jamaica people don't say no for that. No, because we're desperate and they better than come say I think for the living in a yard, Mr. Prime Minister, thank you, sir. A trailer you in a. You're gonna leave a trailer house dead and gone and leave aspire to leave, you pick them a trailer park. There are people who live at trailer park up here. But let me tell you, say, a lot of people, and then they must stay. They must pass through. It's just a stopgap. Trailer is not something you left behind for your youth them. Trailer home, me telling you, you don't want a solid concrete structure, a real foundation like. Me say, give the people the money. And I say the people that buy land and house out of the money when they talk about them bill. They get away with 17 million sign a Montego Bay at the airport, so they will get away with that one, Carlos. Hey. You have a point. You have a point right there, son. You have a point right there, son. There's too much things that go on. Let me say, people, nobody now come save us. Nobody. Must I tell you? Nobody now come save me. Let me save myself. Me tell you already. Nobody now come. So they sit up on the hand and this and that and look round. You want to come lock them up in the more they come this. More they come. We have to fight for ourselves. We have to take the fight to we have to be and the offensive people. We have to be pushing forward. We're tired of back foot. We're tired of step back. We're tired of reverse. And everything that's coming our face. People don't even say, you think Andrew owners are left, none of them also picking them. Him and the wife are going to live in them. Mark Golding is a part of the elitists, you know. And that me if you understand, you know. I saw him go on, you know, because me going to build a video where I beat Mark Golding, you know, because he want me to beat him again, you know. Because me say I give Andrew owners too much free thing, I sided him for every goddamn thing. First, when you're in parliament, you take back yours right when I tell him and say, private prison are for-profit prison. Andrew owners are saying, take back that, that's dangerous, and all the man have to do, I just Google private prison. And the Google private prison on the phone is showing that private prison equal for-profit prison. So Mark Golding was right. And you go in a parliament, Mark Golding, and you take back your talk in a parliament. You soften out the stuff for Andrew owners. Andrew owners get the higher upper end of you there, so. That's dangerous. It's a retort that. It's a retort that. That's dangerous. When you were right, Mark Golding, because private prison are for-profit prison. Just Google private prison. That's all of the Google private prison. That's what it come up with. For-profit prison. Are you right? You give Andrew owners a right, Mark Golding. Me see the side of the figure 80 with the soldier them. I want to say, man. And they know you're side with all tin pan house to give the people a Mark Golding. I could have wanted you, so you're elitist. You're one of them too. I want you, man. I want to go and buy you. I want to go and buy you. I so much win you get Andrew. Me ask to get Andrew footstool. Sure. I am doormat. Everything I say yes to. Better. You think Andrew I say yes to nothing with Porsche do? I'll be a lick. I will think right. I better have no to that better there, man. I play a game. Anyway, people. Tell me what I think in the comment section back from Dr. John Lennon. Because Dr. John Lennon gone and me, they're on a different thing, you know. So tell me what you think about from Dr. John Lennon speech and in conversation that we have about the bauxite mining. Just tell me what you think about everything. People, we know we're desperate. You see? Desperation, they say, when people desperate, they say, give me anything. But people who shouldn't strive for anything. Of all the money them take out of all the trust, you know. Michael Manley a ton over the grave, you know. Michael Manley a ton over the grave and begs even at the PNP them. Michael Manley never expects the same PNP them and go in the house trust and take it out. You think if Michael Manley was alive and you think they're going to house trust, he'd have glad say house trust have so much money in it right now to house poor people. He would have glad. So police can't get a house, teacher can't get a house and police in the people. They cannot buy a house or all of them. A teacher and police are going to them tin pan house there. And because the people are desperate, they say, at least we know what to do. Oh my God! We don't think Jamaica reached this yet. All of the need to do, stop take out $11.4 billion on take out a housing trust annually. Stop got out housing trust, use them billions of dollars for people. What do I use the money for? The money I got somewhere else, people that have nothing to do with housing over your head. The money you're even talking about, them take it out of housing trust. Both PNP and JLP, take it out and do whatever. If you want thief money in Jamaica, it seems, go a housing trust, got thief from them. Go to the Ministry of Education, got thief from them. And the Ministry of National Security, got thief from them. And that it appears to me. You have some certain ministry in Jamaica, seems as if it's a cash cow. Like the health ministry and the ministry put housing over your head. You think I like me, I tell, looking at it. Alright people, thank you so much for watching this video. Me already tell them I'm gone already, but you know me just gone on a different place. You know? So you say the doctor identifies significant issues with most conscious Jamaicans already know but do nothing at all to stop it. He's on point. Dr. Chandler is on point. I would agree. They will need to install an AC unit in the trailer because it's very hot. Can poor people afford electricity? That's my point. Oh, if you can't afford electricity, you gotta buy AC. AC unit costs money, people. AC unit costs money. So them things that them are giving one a fan I gotta do it. People, I don't want my Jamaican people. This is me. If me a leader, even though the trailer is something that look good, use for your business place. That's it. Not for people to live in. We don't reach us yet. Because the only way we reach us unless also just have the money in it. But the money is there. And I'm taking out over $11 billion every year out of it. Remember PNP, we don't know how much figure them take out, but we know that Andrew owners take out over $11 billion. I take the money over, put roof over your head, and I tell you, say, they might give you affordable housing. Take somewhere and build some high-rise building for them and their foreign friend, where the teacher and the police can't live there. And then the thing there, and Michael Manley designed the housing trust for, you know, for the working class people can get a roof over their head. Even the people who work at sugar, will chop sugar. Even people who chop sugar work at estate. Them also was designed for the poorest of the poor, you know. Housing trust was designed for the poorest of the poor, you know. Well, housing trust gone now, people. Me have a friend that up so I work. Have a very good job. I fly down the other day, figure to one of them house there. My friend fly back up and say, she now bother the house because they want too much for too little. And a foreigner, you know. Remember the woman can move to afford it. Foreigner she come from people. And them type of people that make a fly down go about them house there. Just like my friend in Liverpool. And them type of people that might entice, fly down, go buy out the house them. Housing trust money, you know, from poor people. My friend go down there and go look for one of the house to go buy one of the high-rise building house. And the price is too much even for an American. The man come back up and say, no, sir. The amount of money with them have, they could have go back to Florida that the money that give me 1% thing. Housing trust. National Housing Trust. Something that Michael Manley designed so teachers, policeman, fireman can get house. The little man down the road can get house. The people in the sugar estate. The people that work at the banana industry. The coffee industry. These little people work around here. We work at the real road and bus services. All of these people want a house. Must I tell the people, ask how much teacher get a house out there, ask for the teacher how long they're on the waiting list. Ask them. Ask them. How long they pay and now get the money. Ask them. Then they put a long waiting list for when and I hurt the people. But every year they take out billions of dollars out of housing trust, gone do something that have nothing to do with putting house over their head. And the PNP was there too doing it. And them should have damn shame of themselves because of something Michael Manley create. Because of greed. In today's modern greedy politician, Michael Manley would never do that. Michael Manley would never take a dollar out there and put somewhere else. You know, Michael Manley probably happy that if someone create, have so much money there now so the people can get help. But no, you have the modern politician, Michael Mann, them dead. You have this modern politician. We want Michael Mann used to wear Bush jacket. This fool are wear Louis Vuitton jacket, suit. Michael Mann used to wear Bush jacket. These modern politicians so greedy. And Louis Vuitton, them are wearing all the name brand. See too much money in it. Go out the money. Something that was intended for the police, the teacher, the nurse, the fireman, man who shop sugar cane. Them all the trust was designed for you. Now for no care, them high-rise building, no. And people for fly down from upper Soga, Jamaica, go buy them. It above on the head. Police have been out there and scamming and I don't want to skull dog to afford something like that. What they love for the people. Now they might come tell them that 2023 after they've been robbing out house just all these years. Trailer park, suit, you know. People, no matter how they want pretty it up, like the picture I see them and show, put them board on the front. A trailer park you live in. Simple. It's trailer park. And there's a lot of people live in trailer park here. Right? But if you could do better, you don't live in a trailer park. We don't know, nobody want to get up every day and this is where we live. Unless there are some old people. People have been to some trailer park were different. Where some old different people live there, they have been set up different, like really different. Right? But you want to aspire for better. You want to aspire for better. You want to live a better, stronger foundation for your youth. You understand me? More no tin pan. After them take out the money. And they might build them up nice and show the people, look how they look nice and this and that. Get in the head, people. The facts still remain. A trailer. A trailer. So basically, you're going to turn a trailer park. So Andrew Owners want to set up some, we are moved from housing scheme to trailer park. We are regressing. We are back. Everything from the man till now, they just eat it out. I love you. Tell me what you get in the comment section. Let the gremlin in the government house go live there. Let Storm take all of them. I'm just saying, family, we just want something better for my people. Me understand that some people are struggle and some will live. Some will live in a 20-foot container. That's how desperate the people is, you know. So they make the people so desperate, just like when they come around, they don't see them more than once every 5 years and they make them hungry and starve. And when they come around, the people are so glad for the little dollar them and give them the vote till them can't even tell them no. They make the people so desperate. So here we go again, desperate situation. Some people say, give me the house, boss, give me. Make him go and chat. Me no be to not talk about. Me no nothing, sir. Me take anything, sir. Just give me it, sir. Me no care about it, sir. No, sir. Give me it, sir. Me love it, sir. Me love it. Me no care more than the night, sir. If chemical night, me just give me, sir. Me pick them one come out as desperate people. Desperate people. And that's how them treat me. Just like how them treat me with illiteracy. That's how they use with illiteracy against us. Desperate people. And you want to go like someone have the money when they might take $11 billion out of it annually, but I come and talk about how much? People, me love you now. About trailer house. We don't know that, people. I don't know whose shipping company about to make some money now. Somebody about to buy some of all the containers them with their foreign, where dead people carry some of them during the big sea. I'm not saying all used up container park all over the world will have contaminants in them and can them come to Jamaica in the first place. Somebody getting ready to get rich because somebody had to gather all these containers and send them to Jamaica. And buy the container them cheaper foreign, the whole container them, paint them up and put the sitting upon them and boat them up on a concrete platform and then charge them about $1 million for them. Yo. People don't see what they're ready for them. Jamaica get ready for big old containers dumping ground. They might look place to dump them all container people. They might have some old redundant container from in the big sea. Don't be stupid, boy. Them people that do stuff without a reason, you know. They never do nothing for help it, you know. They must make money before they make that move. They must have some old redundant container from in the big sea. Because trust me, a lot of places still feel the effect. There's a lot of container all over the world everywhere from in the big sea. Somebody have to sell them. Somebody has sell container. There's a hustle. It's a business somewhere. When they say them introduce this to us, it's not doing it from the bottom of their heart because they really want Jamaican people to get from out that door. So they're going to try it all means necessary for this. Why this? No. Why this? No. They can't fool me, no people. Right up a big sea, man. They were people, man, tell some work on railroad, man. Used to work on railroad for many years, man. Railroad. They understand those containers. Anything from 20-footer to a 53-foot container, reefer, anything. We know about them containers. Sometimes them containers stack up all around the port. Sometimes they don't stack up, nobody even want them. You can go rent them, sometimes they are rust, they are stone dog. Containers pack up like a box. Use a side load and pack them up. Right? Now, why is it after the big sea they might come with this idea? Then Jamaica people don't want cheap home all this time. Now, a long time you see, this man a go and give a key. I mean, a wagwan and so. What is behind this? These people don't do nothing unless they benefit them people. Me always telling you. Somebody have a container business that belong, that link up with these people. And Mark Golding know about things straight. Your man go, he look good. Brother David said no to nothing, brother. Mark Golding said no to nothing. Yeah, Andrew beating stick or what? Andrew walk up all over you, that's all I see. We love the people. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Me have a piece of 2x4 bean for you, give Mark Golding and say, yo, wait. Give me a good time, man. Me a soak it. Me a soak a piece of board in an aisle. Anyway, people, talk to you guys later. Manners and total respect. Love.